What's up, gamers? It's Dakin Gaming 705 back with Vampyr, and I don't know how this playthrough is gonna go because I got like a banger of a headache going on right now. So
Yes,
it's gonna be a
Nurse
little
Crane?
rough.
How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
It's very horror movie of you. Now, can I talk to her again?
Yes, Doctor?
Don't you ever rest?
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Fair enough.
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Makes sense. Oh, I forgot that did the thing. Can I not go in that room? Huh. Oh well. Who is that? Dorothy Crane. Okay, it's the same chick I just talked to. So run this way. And I seen something flash over here. Small bottle. So this is where my cat is trying to get my attention. Smacking the crap out of my arm. It don't come around when I want it to, but when I'm trying to make a video, it's like, oh hey. You're trying to do a thing? Let's not let you do the thing. Because that would be stupid on our part. Quarantine, influenza, keep out of this area by order of Board of Health officer. But I'm not a... I'm more important than a Board of Health.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Yeah, let's go kill some skulls. Sick citizens can be healed with the appropriate treatment. A healthy citizen helps contribute to raising the health status of the district they belong to. That's cool. The old morgue. It's a healthy place. That's back out, I do believe. Glass vial. That'll be very important. Oh, I got like a little... Oh, that didn't work. Okay. So... Well, I don't want to open that door. I could use this to find them. Glass vial. Well, I'm glad I'm finding all this glass stuff, but I'd much prefer to find things that I actually need. Oh, downstairs seems like a bad idea right now. Rogue skull. I'll throw this big thing. May not want to use this thing. Because it's not doing me any favors.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
That's no bueno at all. Okay. I still don't know how to equip a gun. I probably should have looked that up. I don't know if y'all can pick up that cat jumping around on me.
It's locked.
But if you can, I apologize for its rudeness. Okay. So, where the fuck am I going?
It's locked, all right.
I think that was the same door I just tried. So let's go... Oh, right here.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Ah. Is it? Oh. This is definitely what you need right now. So, watery, sturdy blood sample. The fuck? That was weird. That was like a vampire, wasn't it? This door has been unlocked. Cool. Did I lock it back behind me? Because... Rogue Skull, level 6. So they're all a level above me. Which is nice, I guess. So let's actually switch around my weapons and stuff, because... It's hard to... Oh, is that how you use that? So, instead of using like a stake or anything, I could put a... that. Oh, okay. Ooh. We're getting somewhere. Can I not change that? Does it have to be the same type of thing? So if I go... Okay, so if I go this one... Well, change. There we go. Let's not use that. We'll just use this. Wait, no. Does the revolver stun? No. Huh.
These scowls formed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Yeah, it's so much better. I'll probably do that from now on. I can't handle that. Ow. Ooh. Ow. Oh. Okay. So that's not gonna work either. 'Cause... So how do I change between the two? That's what I want to know. So can I drink from the skull? Kinda want to do that. There we go. I like having health. And I know it's kind of boring just watching me like... But drinking from a skull is all I could have done there. Is there anything else? I've been so yawny the past couple of days. I don't know why either. Oh, John Doe, huh? Oh. I'm stupid. Let's try and use R2 as a... Alright, we need to get out of the... Ow. Ah, I died, guys. But I was trying to use... R2 to hit for some reason. I think you have been defeated. If you're not strong enough, remember that the blood is still in it. And no. The blood of my enemies will make me stronger. And the innocent will go unharmed. man who's died 1,000. Oh shit. Really? Did it start me back all the way? Yeah. Alright, hold on. Okay, cool. So let's just go over here. Get some blood up. Well, you waste the blood because you still don't know how to play the game. Let's kill that guy. Do I need to still grab a sample of his stuff? Yeah. Phosphorus nitrate, huh? That's an interesting combination of things. So let's go over here. Take his defenses down and make him. Yes. You know, I started reading a comic past few days, Unholy Blood. It's about vampires and stuff like this. Not quite exactly like this, but it's an interesting story. It's on a webtoon. Afraid it all. Not sponsored, but I do enjoy their stuff. Be cool if I sponsored a webtoon. I wouldn't complain. No! Forget the circle's the weird thing. Die. Die, die, missile barrage. Ow. Bonus points to whoever can figure that out. Can you die? Thank you. It's so disorienting.
These skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
But we won't do it. Because we're good guys. Right, Mr. Person? Rest to evolve. Well, you know, that sounds all fine and dandy. I guess it gotta go this way. I'm so fucking confused though. Because where do I go after I get up this way? Because neither one of those doors are open. And that's just another way to get up here. Ooh, those things shiny. Okay, so blood stuff. Trying to figure out what I need to do, guys. I guess just go up. try and make sure I see everything that I can. I enjoy drinking your blood, mister. I'd appreciate it if you made it a little bit easier on me. Bow before me. Bow before me and don't rise until I say. Okay. I need to get somewhere to rest. Because I am getting fucked up. Vampire. This is taking so long to load. Pembroke Hospital. Okay. So I need to go this way. Knowing where everybody is a lot better than not knowing where shit is. Wait, I need to actually talk to this person.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Personal questions. Have we met
Have
before?
we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
A funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
She's very dead now.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because
they start
these poor
getting up.
fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
That's terrifying.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Makes sense.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Back. Personal questions.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe?
So you're
goodwill
not ready to
cannot
die?
last?
As I
Dang.
said, sir,
I'll come back later.
everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
I won't. I've
So
already
you're
lost
ready
mine.
to die?
Jump
No,
with it as the
I'm
character
not.
at least.
I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
I want to learn that one. But
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
that was kind of a boring conversation. It's another doctor. But doctors are fucking boring. Ooh, I don't know that person. I'm gonna do story stuff. Kind of the same stuff that we've already been. Lead stick. And a trash can. Hey, he's the guy
Good
that
evening,
hates
Milton.
stuff.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
I can understand that. Okay, so I
Goodbye,
have...
Milton.
Yeah, why are y'all being so judgy? He's seen a lot of shit. He's seen more stuff than I've seen. Wherever we'll see, probably. It's probably for the best that we just kind of... Oh. I don't know why I was going to the roof. Ooh. I don't know. I know someone had fatigue, didn't they? And then anema. Can I craft both? No. But I can craft 4 of those. Oh. Duh. Treatment for fatigue. I'm glad I didn't create the other thing. Because that would have just screwed us all up, wouldn't it? Used hacksaw. Jim Duggan? None of you will get that reference, but that's okay. I like how the better you know people, the higher experience it'll give you for killing them, it seems like. Oh, he's a sick boy.
The Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Epidemics. Indie?
Actually,
Would be
yes.
better.
We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Which is dangerous.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are
That's a powerful
not
thing.
so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with.
You go,
A clever
Nurse
and
Brannigan.
cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
She can be a damn fine practitioner while being a woman.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
But I got the hint thing. Right? I thought. No? Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So... details. Overqualified as a nurse. Okay, so she only has like 3 hints. That dude has like gazillion of them. Ooh, the chick we was just talking about.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique.
Biting?
Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Yeah, what? I mean, as long as she can do the job.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least.
Don't really care who
We're
saves me.
struggling against
Man,
an
woman,
invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a
anybody
gun.
else.
It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I heard. It's back.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Well, fine. You dick.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright, Mr. Tippett.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
So
Dr.
y'all are
Reed,
boning.
any good news to share?
That's...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
You have nothing to prove. Your attitude is irresponsible.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Whoops. So, me telling her I'd keep things in confidence is no longer a thing that she'll believe. Because I just kind of fucked that up. Hey. I know that person. So... okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Now I need to cure this one person. Okay, so that's not the person I need to cure. I'm trying to look for the fucker. Oh, Dorothy. Is there stuff I know about you?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
I'm a vampire.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about yourself. Personal questions. Nothing.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
You're a vampire
I run
too?
my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose? Tell me about your experiments.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Flattery research is exhausting. I'll be glad to
It's
help you.
always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I mean, yeah.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in
Makes
particular?
sense.
Well,
'cause it
yes, maybe.
suck.
I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
A new citizen investigation is available. Ooh. Okay. Oh, there's another person who wants the same thing. Okay. Back. Personal questions.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want?
To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed.
Good.
Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
You must remain nowhere.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I like you. You a good dude, Mr. Strickland.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Dr. Strickland. Sorry, didn't mean to offend.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind. So, let's speak.
Good
to
evening.
you.
I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Personal questions. Tell me about yourself. You live in London.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest, then.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Somebody's fixing it.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
I don't like her, but...
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you that rich? Like it's gonna be like
If you have an
super
occupation,
expensive.
Mrs. Goswick.
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Well, let's just extort the crap out of you. Does that sound like a good idea?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
So, talk to Edgar, reach the pharmacy. But I was wanting to give
Good
him
evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
personal questions.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Oh, you're a dick. Your hospitalization.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me.
I just wanted to come in here and give him...
It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
I was wanting to... What the fuck ever. Oh, hey. By the way.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What? I thought...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I thought she was the one that was extorting people.
The pain. It's here again.
Oh no.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How long did you
Where
serve?
were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
I mean, it's rough.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Jesus. That's...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn.
Oh, I've not got much done this episode. But we will get it done soon. So was trying to give that one dude medicine because I was like, ah, maybe that'll fix him up.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
I didn't even knock. I just came straight in. You're like, oh,
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm living a paradox. Your works bring comfort. There is no gift.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I don't trust you.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Alright, so let's see what
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have questions.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
We'll
You know
see
what?
each other again soon, Edgar.
We've not gotten a lot done this episode, but my head is still kind of all flunky. I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna have to call this episode here. If you liked it, hit that like button. Smack the subscribe in the face, and then tap on the bell so you get all awesome content when I upload. And this video will be late because it is currently 2 o'clock and I'm just now getting done recording the video, so that's gonna be rough. But thank you guys for showing up, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. Bye.